You guys have been behind at halftime in most of your ACC games. Is that something that just guys like us talk about, or do you guys talk about it too, and you wonder how you can reverse it?
We definitely talk about it. That's one of our emphasis is going into this next game. We just try and rep it out in practice. Honestly, like starting better in practice, and that'll relate to the game. But that's definitely something we've been talking about and ways to fix it. We've been going over it, and we'll continue to go over it.
Did you come out with more intensity at the beginning of practice?
Right, 100%. Just making sure everything is game speed. There's no lackadaisicalness anywhere in the gym, and it'll translate into the game.
20 points these past two games. What do you think has allowed you to play a little better than maybe in the few games before these past two wins?
Just taking what the defense gives me. Honestly, each team has a different scheme. We've been watching a lot of film, going over ways to score, ways to be effective in our offense and in our defense. So just taking what the defense gives me and just taking open shots. My teammates, they trust and believe in me, and I believe in myself. So.
After the loss at North Carolina, coach said that you guys were maybe struggling with confidence a little bit. It was at the end of one of those four-game losing streaks. But how have these past two games maybe helped you guys swing confidence back a little bit?
We knew coming into the season adversity was going to hit. Can't do anything but keep going to work each day. Routine is big in Pitt culture, so each day we're getting our shots up. We're taking our vitamins, as some of our coaches say, is daily. So even though the wins weren't coming, we were doing the same thing in practice, getting our reps up, going as hard as we can, and that's all you can do. And during game day, you got to make sure everything goes to plan, and you get wins.
Ish, what's the key to getting rebounding? Because obviously you want to be able to get out on a break, so if everybody's crashing, you want to be able to get down the court. But how does that work? What do you guys discuss in order to successfully gang rebound?
It's in the word gang. Everybody has to go down and crash. We know our bigs are going to do their jobs, boxing their guys out, but it's really up to us guards. I feel like to really clean up everything else. Be a helping hand, not just leaking out. So, like you said, gang rebounding. Everybody has to do it.
Do you look at the last game and say, okay, here's some things, or have you guys been watching film like, hey, this works? Look at some of the things we did, especially in the second half.
Yeah, 100%. Just as far as rebounding, we know that um, 1 through 5 has to go. There can't be anyone who's leaking out or no somebody in no man's land. Like we all got to be engaged, ready to rebound because that's something that's very important. Like if we win the rebounding war, we have a great chance of winning that game.
When games start slowly for you guys and poorly, how much do guys like you and Zach sort of shoulder that responsibility to get your guys back into it, and how much are you involved in those huddles that Coach Capel has said?
Oh yeah, tremendous amount. Just preaching, staying in the fight. Unfortunately, we've been in a lot of games where we start slow, but just staying in the fight, keeping the main thing the main thing. Like each possession in, each possession out, we got to execute whether it's on offense or defense. So just making sure we take care of the things right in front of us. We can't change 3 possessions ago, but taking each possession one by one and just staying in the fight.
Have you guys noticed maybe what's causing some of these slower starts?
I couldn't pinpoint anything, but just coming out with intensity, coming out with force, making sure the other team really feels us is something that's been an emphasis. Just throwing that first punch within the first 4 minutes, just to let the other team know like this isn't gonna be a layover. Like nothing's gonna be easy, and then everything else, the tone is set from there, so everything else just follows suit.
Coach has talked about your leadership all year, but I think after the last game, he was very specifically mentioning you and Zach, and you're working those huddles, keeping the guys engaged. I mean, for you personally, has leadership, I guess, has it clicked at a certain point, or did it feel like it kind of grew gradually? You finding your voice in that?
I think it definitely grew gradually. I'm usually like a lead by example type of guy. Like do what needs to be done. Come to work every day, show up. But this year, I feel like I had to take on more of a vocal leadership role, and we've all had to take on the role honestly. And my teammates have kind of helped me like come out of my shell more. But it's definitely been like a gradual thing, just working at it each day, just trying to give my input as much as possible.
Do you guys think about or maybe talk amongst yourself about your NCAA tournament chances and what you have to do to get there?
We're just one game at a time right now. just focus on. We only got 5 regular season games left, so we're focusing on one at a time. Whatever's in front of us, that game, that practice, that possession, we're just one day at a time.
What have you seen from Notre Dame in your video study so far?
Great guard play. They have a presence inside, but as long as we contain their guard, Burton, their guards, Shrewsbury, very talented. We got to take on that challenge as guards, and the bigs, very skilled down low. They have a really big guy who's talented, can finish out over both hands. I think Cam and Gio do a great job there, but I think the main thing is just coming out with intensity, playing with force, like I said earlier, getting off to a great start, and rebounding, and I think we'll take care of business.
Ish, what's the key to getting your message across when you're talking to your teammates? Like, is it just honesty? Is it keeping it short? Like, what do you think works when you're talking with your guys?
I think brutal honesty. Like, we were in that little stretch where we couldn't win. It's like nobody's coming to save us. Like, we got to get up off the mat, stand up. Like Coach Brown, his message was last game, just stand up. Nobody's coming to help us. So just putting one foot in front of the other, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, coming to work every day, and really taking advantage of what's in front of us, because we can't change the past. Only thing we could do is focus on whatever's in front of us, and that's the next opponent.
Did your coaches ratchet up their intensity when you guys at practice during the losing streak?
Yeah, I think everybody's intensity was ramped up. It's just a natural, nature, losing isn't fun. Nobody enjoys losing. But it's something we need. Like, we need to be kept on our toes. We need that intensity in practice to never go below the bar, because if we do, then it'll translate into the game. So just keeping everything in practice, the intensity high.
Experienced guard as yourself, how has Biba done these past 2 games? Obviously 30-plus minutes, started against Miami. What have you seen from him that you've liked?
Just growth, honestly. Like, I see it every day, and I just tell him all the time, just be you, be Biba, because he's very gifted on both ends of the floor. Like, him just becoming more comfortable, I'm super proud of him, and his growth is just gonna keep going as he's thrown out there, as he gets more minutes and he gets more comfortable. Like, I just want Biba to continue to be Biba. That'd be my message to him, and everything will take care of itself.
With him, is it not so just as much his talent, playing ability, as it is his confidence?
Right. Yeah. His confidence, his edge, his IQ, everything's there. He has the total package, so it's really, he puts in the work every day. Very hard worker. So for B, like I said earlier, he just has to continue to be himself, and he'll thrive. Like, every day, every game, as long as he continues to do the things he does.
How about Amsel? How much better is he from the moment he arrived here to now?
He's definitely, overseas is a different style of play. He's adjusted tremendously, honestly. He still makes passes that amaze me, honestly. He sees things that I don't see. So just for Amsel, I say just keep at it, honestly. Like, I know things haven't gone. He's a freshman. Things haven't gone the way he's wanted them to go. But he comes to work each day with the same mindset, a get better mindset, and everything will pay off. Like, the work will show, and it showed for some of his games, but it will continue to show during the end of the stretch of the season.
As a veteran, do you take pride in kind of giving those guys feedback, helping them grow as players, as young players?
Yeah, 100%. If I see things that they don't see, and vice versa, like, it's a two-way door. Like, if they see something I don't see, it's back and forth. It's constant communication with us, because at the end of the day, like, the ball is in our hands in practice, in the game. So we have to be very tight-knit, and there can't be any feelings involved. Like, if I see something, I got to be able to, hey, J-Lo, hey, Biba, hey, Amsel, in a tone that they may not like, but it needs to be urgent. It needs to be on time, and it needs to get across. So,
When you're talking to those guys, do you ever think to yourself, "Damn, I wish I knew what I know now back then"?
yeah, 100%. Time flies, honestly, but they're in good hands. So I'm gonna be tuned in the future, and I can't wait to see them just grow and prosper, just as guards, but more importantly as people. Like, they're great people off the court. So I just can't wait to see what the future holds for them.
Is there more urgency in your own personal situation now that you have maybe 6 or 7 more games left?
Just taking it one day at a time. 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. I'm a keep pedal to the metal until I can't anymore in this college setting. So just trying to focus on the now and just be present in each day and each moment.
How How disappointing is it that Dame won't be able to play with you the rest of the season?
Say it again.
How disappointing is it that Dame won't be able to play with you guys the rest of the season?
It's super tough just because I seen firsthand how much work he put in to get to where he's at now, and he just it's super tough. Just knowing Dame, knowing how good of a guy he is, knowing how good of a player he is, knowing how good of a person he is. Like I couldn't imagine being in his position, but we're gonna continue to support him each way through the journey, whatever it is. He's forever a Pitt Panther, forever our brother. But and this time, I just feel like we have to uplift him, and whatever it is that day, we got to continue to do it.
Jaland, Ishmael just told us about how you can ratchet up the intensity in practice at the beginning, so you don't have the slow starts that you've been having. Do you think that'll help, turn things around early in the game?
Sure hope it does. I mean, that's the plan. Got to practice how you play and start practice off well. Hopefully, you start games off well.
I think the numbers say you're shooting a little bit better from three over your past few games than you were to start the year. Have you noticed anything in particular about shot selection or something technical, anything like that? Or?
Nah, just feeling like myself, just feeling good. Continuing to shoot the ball, not letting outside distractions, affect my shooting choices.
Obviously, you obviously missed the Miami game with a concussion. How did you feel coming back against Syracuse?
Felt perfectly fine. Felt good. Was glad to be out there with my teammates again, and just be able to compete. Missed the game for a bit. Haven't done that in a super long time, so felt a little weird. But cheering my guys on from the sideline, glad they handled their thing out there. They did well. Guys stepped up. But yeah, felt good being back for sure.
It was probably smart to keep you out of the Miami game, but could you have played if it came to it?
If it's up to me, I'll always play, no matter what. But we got guidelines and protocols to make sure we keep guys safe.
Jaland, what's it like in a huddle or a situation when Ish speaks up? Like, what's it like listening to him? What are some of the things he'll tell you guys?
I mean, that's top dog. Top dog talks. You listen. It means that he got something really to say, that we need to step our game up. If we're doing something well, keep on doing that, because his word means a lot to everybody. And, he's not the most outgoing guy. So when he says something, he means it for real. So, things that he says, it just helps everybody. It helps empower everybody to, lock in even more and do better.
He was saying that he can be brutally honest. Is it easier for a player to hear that from a player than from a coach?
Yeah, I mean, in order to play this game, you got to have tough skin. I know it's hard with the way things have shaped basketball nowadays, but yeah, I mean, I grew up in a gym where you were told everything that you need to do right then and there, the good and bad. And so, it's being brutally honest is fine. Everybody on our team can take it because we know where it comes from. We have good team chemistry, so we don't have to worry about feelings getting hurt, things like that. We all have the same goal in mind. So when he's honest about something, it means like, yeah, that's what it is. I got to step up now.
You can back up your words by what you do on the court. Are you brutally honest sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, I think my teammates will tell you that. G will tell you that for sure. I got to yell at G a lot, just because I hold him to a high standard, and I need himself to hold himself to that standard that we all hold him at.
What was it like, having to sit on the bench for that Miami game? Did you take anything away from maybe watching the game from a different perspective?
It hurt. I was fidgeting on the bench the entire time. I was really nervous, but just seeing the game from that point of view is just you take away little things that you got to carry on into other games in order to win. What you don't want to look like, what you want to look like on the court, all those different things when you're just watching, when you have no option to play. So, being from that perspective, it helped me for sure a little bit.
You shot 50% in that game. One of your more efficient games in a few weeks, even coming off a game where you didn't play. What allowed you to sort of see the floor better?
Just taking what the defense gave me. Just, shooting my shots. Just doing what the team needed me to do. We had guys going, so making sure the ball was moving to get those guys to continue to get those guys going. So, when my team calls on me to go shoot a shot, then that's fine. But in those moments, in those times right there, moving the ball is exactly what we need in order for this team to do better. And we got guys going, and it showed.
and Shrewsbury are two of the best guards.
Yeah,
in the
really
league.
good.
Do you look forward to going up against guys like that?
Yeah, for sure, no doubt. I mean, it's competition, and that's what we love to do. Um, Two great guards, amazing guards that are really good at what they do. Um, so excited to play those guys for sure. It's going to be a war and a battle, but it's going to be fun. That's what we look forward to is the competition.
Notre Dame is a top 5 3-point shooting team in the conference. For you guys, it's been a struggle as of late. One of the lower teams in terms of defending the three. How do you guys do that better against Notre Dame?
Just show our presence early. Started from the jump. I think that's the main thing. I can't really tell you anything after that, but just make sure we go out there with a presence and start off strong. I feel like that first 4 to 8 minutes will show a lot about how the game will go, and hopefully we start off good and we carry that throughout the game.
Second half against Syracuse, why was the gang rebounding better, and what did you learn from that half that needs to go forward?
That we need to play that way all the time. Gang rebound was just, last game, last time we played them, Eddie had 23 rebounds, so we weren't very proud of that. Even though we won, it's not something that you want to just have going forward that other teams can scout and look at. So, it was a big effort and a collective thing to know that in order to win, we got to do this. So, we know going forward, that's got to be the mindset the entire time.
You guys talk about what you need to do to get into the tournament?
No, we just take it game by game. We know if we handle everything that we need to handle, then we'll be fine.
What have you liked from Bebo in these past 2 games? Obviously started against Miami and played 30 minutes last game. What have you liked from what you've seen from him?
Just him being himself, being aggressive. Just I really liked him picking up his defense a lot more. Sometimes he early in the season he didn't want to be that little pest, but that's who he is. That's what he's got to be all the time. So him stepping up his defense has helped a lot tremendously, and then being on the ball these last 2 games has helped him, and it gives us a different look. So we're super proud of him, but this is what he's made of. This is what he's built for. So he's going to continue that.
Coach Capel talked about the freshman wall that Brandon sort of hit and how he's sort of broken through that. Did you experience something like that, and how have you sort of helped him maybe through that?
Yeah, I mean, I experienced it last year when I was struggling a little bit, but came back from break and just felt a lot better, felt a lot more confident. And I don't know, I think he just got to a point with Biba that he was just kind of like didn't think about it too hard, too much. Just go out there and play. When you get your opportunity, make the most of it, and that's exactly what he's been doing. Definitely breaking through that wall, getting a lot more comfortable out there, finding his niche within everything. So, as long as he continues to do that, he'll be a great player.
Nice job.
Thank you.